Welcome back to the Book More Photography Clients podcast. Today's episode might sound and look a little bit different because I have decided to create a video format of this podcast. So if you want to watch this episode, you can come on over to YouTube. I will leave a link in the show notes. Otherwise, you can continue listening just like you always do. So, really quickly, I just want to give a couple caveats and just like lay the expectations. These will not be super polished videos. I am a very busy person, a wife, a mom. I run a full time photography business. I work full time. There's just a lot going on, and I'm wearing a lot of hats. And so, I just wanted this to be a chance for me to work smarter, not harder. You're going to hear me say that in today's episode quite a bit. But I just wanted to bring a different format so that we can just talk across the table like I would if we were at a coffee shop. Anyway, don't expect super polished videos. You're going to get me sometimes. I might even record these in the car. We'll just have to see how this goes. But I just wanted to introduce a video element. I also talk a lot with my hands. So hopefully that is not going to be too much of a problem for you. But let's get into the topic of today's episode. One of my goals is to keep these 10 to 15 minutes or less so you can get in and you can get out. Same for me. I want to give you high quality content and coaching that is valuable for your photography business. So today we are talking about a topic that matters so much. And I really hope that when you get to the end of this episode, you're like, man, I am so glad that I did not skip this episode and I listened to it all the way through. There is a mistake that I need you to avoid this summer if you are wanting to hit your booking goals, not only for the summer, but really also for the fall. So every year, about September, the photographers that I'm coaching through my programs will come to me and they will say, Brooke, I am having a really hard time booking clients. Like, I just can't seem to fill my calendar. Can you help me? Can we figure out what's wrong? And the very first question that I turn around and ask them is, how would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 on your marketing efforts over the last 90 days? At this point, I typically get some pushback. I typically get some ratings that are really low, maybe a 3, maybe a 4. And they always say, I could have done a lot better. And I say, okay, that is where our problem lies. And so, one of my favorite quotes that I have heard is, what you do right now, you will reap 90 days from now, right? So, the actions that we put in right now, we're going to see the fruits of at the beginning of our fall season. So if you're hoping for a fall season of fully booked clients, not just mini sessions or cheap clients, but actual dream clients that are willing to pay your full priced packages and sessions, you got to put in the work right now. The mistake that I see is that a lot of photographers want to lean into the comforts of summer. They know they have vacations planned and they're just like, you know what? I'm just going to pause my business and I'll just come back to it in August, September and work on it then. That is the biggest mistake that you could make. And I am begging you to not make that mistake this year. Don't do it. Don't be one of the photographers that is kicking yourself in September when you could have very easily put in some work that is going to continue to get you leads and clients even right now in the summer months. I know there's excuses for people like it's too hot. I don't want to take pictures. I don't want to do all that. That's fine. And you're more than welcome to not take on sessions or clients, but you still need to be putting in the work if you expect to have clients in the fall and winter. Okay. So now that we're on the same page, let's talk about how do you avoid this mistake. The very first thing that you need to do is you need to answer that question that I ask my clients. What are your marketing efforts and what have they looked like at least in the last 30 days? We're just going to start with 30 days. Have you already started to take your foot off the gas? Do you find yourself in a season where you're really inconsistent with your own marketing? How do you feel about it? If you've got a notebook and a pen, take some time and write that out. If you need to pause me, pause me right here and think about it. I really want you to get honest with yourself because this is going to be super important with the rest of the things I'm going to ask you to do. You likely did not rate yourself super, super high, and you know that there's room for improvement, and maybe there's room for drastic improvement. I don't want you to beat yourself up. I'm not shaming you. I'm not telling you that you're not good at what you do. All I want you to do is make a change right now and start putting in action to show people, hey, I'm still open for business. And we can do this up to 7 or 8 different marketing strategies, different methods, different ways. Today, I'm just going to cover 3, and just doing these 3 are going to make a wild difference for you. So the first thing is social media. It's the one you love to hate. I know you don't want to be on Instagram. You don't want to be on Facebook. You don't want to be scrolling all summer long. That's totally fine. And guess what? You don't have to. What I want you to do is I want you to get honest about what you can realistically commit to for posting. So right now I have challenged almost everybody going through my programs 3 days a week. Okay. You just need to post 3 times a week all summer long and you will be good to go. So what does that mean for you? I'm just going to give you an example. 3 times a week could be a variety of different things. It could be reels. It could be carousels. It could be session recaps. It could be single image branding photos of yourself. It could be anything that you want it to be. So let's say that you decide that 3 posts a week sounds like a really good goal for you. Then let's say there's 8 weeks, give or take, for your summer break. 3 times 8 is 24 posts. You need to create 24 posts and that's it. And you will set yourself up for success. Now, do you have to create these 3 posts a week in real time? You can, but I don't recommend that. What I recommend instead is that when you're done listening to this episode, you go schedule 2 hours in the next couple of days that you can work on your business and you can batch, which means you're going to create and make and schedule all 24 of those posts, whether they're reels or they're image posts or whatever they might be for you. You would create all 24 of those in one setting. Okay, that's 2 hours of your time and you knocked out your entire summer content for social media. It sounds like a lot of work, but just imagine how happy you'll be that you did it. And then you get to brush it off and you're done for the summer and you can literally go live whatever kind of life you want to. So I highly recommend batching. That is my secret tool to getting things done quicker. And you guys can do this for laundry. You can do this for dishes. You can do this for errands. Like you can batch anything that you want in your life and it's going to make it so much more efficient. We covered social media. So that's the first thing. And if you're like, okay, wait a second, how am I supposed to come up with 24 posts? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what kind of posts to create. If you are in a season where you're like, I don't have brain power for that, I don't feel very creative in that area, I just want someone to hand me everything that I'm supposed to be creating, well, you're in luck because that is exactly what my Market Like a Tog membership was created for. So inside of that membership, on a monthly basis, you are getting a content calendar, captions, an email newsletter that is the copy's ready for you. All you got to do is go customize it. You're getting ChatGPT prompts, you're getting real ideas and scripts, and you are good to go. You don't even have to think about your social media or your email marketing. It's already been done for you. So if that is something that you want to learn more about, you can check that out at brookejefferson.com/membership. But we're going to move on. So we covered social media. Let's talk about the second strategy. And the second strategy is email marketing. Now, whether you're brand new to your list or you email your list on a regular basis, I want you to think about how many emails you need to send in between June and August. For most of you, my recommendation is that you are sending 1 monthly email to your list. So that's going to be 3 total emails. 1 for June, 1 for July, and 1 for August. And so again, you're going to find another hour or 2 for the next week for you to batch your emails out. 3 emails, that's all you need to do. Now, if you're someone that's an overachiever, you email your list a lot more often, then you're just going to batch that many more emails. But it's one setting and you're done. You've got everything created, you've got it scheduled, and you're hands off until August. Is that not amazing? So fun. So that's the second strategy, email marketing. The third strategy, and again, remember, I said I could sit here and talk about 7, but we're not doing that today. We're talking about 3 because these are 3 things that every single one of you can do that is listening or watching this podcast. The third thing I want you to do is I want you to get really clear on how you're going to show up in your local community. Is there a vendor event that you can sign up for? Can you join your local chamber of commerce or a networking group? Can you collaborate with a local business for an event or for a giveaway or for some kind of partnership that is going to be able to advertise you both? Get real creative. I'm asking you to do one thing this summer. These 3 strategies right here alone are going to continue to get you leads, get you bookings, keep you top of mind, not allow you to look like you're closed. It's going to help you say like, hey, I'm open and I'm ready and I'm still here, even though you might be at the pool with your kids and then you come back to your email and you see that, oh my gosh, I have an inquiry, or oh my gosh, I just booked a session from my booking calendar. That is how I want summer to feel for you. I want you to put the hard work in right now in the next week so that you can be completely hands off on everything else marketing wise, right? Until we get back to school season. We're busy moms, okay? We wear a lot of hats. Don't just take your foot off the gas because you think that you're so busy or that you don't want to do any sessions this summer or anything like that. I want you to avoid that mistake. Don't take your foot off the gas. Commit to your business. Put about 4 hours of work right now at the beginning of summer in, and then watch how it will continue to help you get bookings. Don't be the photographer that's kicking herself when it comes time for September when you're like, where is everybody? Get ahead of the game right now, and I promise you'll thank me later. All right, I'm getting very close to the 15-minute mark. Thank you so much for listening or for watching. I hope you love the new format. I would love to know, is there a topic for your business, whether it's a question about marketing, client experience, back end, technical, whatever it is. If you've got a photography business question, I would love to hear it. You can comment that below or you can send me a DM on Instagram. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you on the next episode.